Okay, people, here is another unboxing, of games. As someone, I think it was Suko Joe said, unboxing of games are beauty pageants. So I'm going to do an unboxing of two games, which I got, I'm unboxing two games and I'm also unboxing a box. So the first two boxes that I've got here are Elder Sign by Fantasy Flight Games. So those of you who know the Arkham Horror franchise may have heard of these. Basically, it started with Arkham Horror in 2005. That went on for several years and through several expansions. And I like Arkham Horror. It was actually what got me into the hobby. The problem with Arkham Horror, however, is it takes forever. It takes forever to set up, it takes forever to play, and it's, you can solo it, but it's much more fun with people, but, it's sometimes a bit difficult to motivate people to say, okay, let's sit down and play 5 hours or 4 hours of being completely hammered by the great old ones. Recently I found a game that I didn't know existed called Eldritch Horror, which seems to address some of the things that I didn't like about Arkham Horror. Arkham Horror is supposed to be a co-op, but what you can't do is you can't fight monsters together. You seem to be able to do that in Eldritch Horror because when you attack a monster and you fight it and you don't kill it, the wounds stay on the monster so somebody else can come and take it out, and it's basically spread out across the whole world rather than just Arkham. And I have to say, the artwork on the map and the artwork on the counters and on the player mats is unbelievable. I mean, I would just buy this game to hang up the map. I'm not going to buy the game because I won't get anybody to play it with me, but it's a beautiful game. So then I found out that there is something called Elder Sign, which actually is it's a dice game based on Arkham Horror. So an Elder Sign is actually this symbol here. And I ordered it last week or 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't wait, and I was also sick and in bed and felt miserable and pitied myself, so I downloaded the app for Elder Sign. It's called Elder Sign Omens, and it's great fun. So now we're going to open the box. So this is basically the base game, and apparently this is the revised printing, so I don't know what issues there were. I didn't do a lot of research around this. I mean, this is a, quickly played game. It's nothing to worry about. It's not going to tax your brain. So here we've got your Fantasy Flight Games catalog. Elder Sign Omens, the app. The rules of play. Okay, a bag. Okay, again, I don't get this. This is the same that happened to me with Lock and Load. This is information on what you can do on a turn. It's the same information on both sides. It's just one card. People, what do you think? If it's just one card, then you don't have to print it both sides. You can just give me one card and I will give it to the player who's working on it. If you're going to print it on two sides, please print it on two cards. I mean, people, what are you thinking? Okay, I will never get this. Tokens. 2. The adventure cards and more adventure cards. Dice, very important. And old favorites. If you have played anything in the area of Arkham Horror, you will have come across these cards. So here you have the allies, I know Anna Karslov, and I know I know Professor Armitage, I know Richard Upton Pickman from other games that I've played in the area. You have your normal run-of-the-mill pieces of equipment, the Tommy gun, the dynamite, spells like one that everybody always likes, shriveling, occult artifacts, the Book of Zion, and something that looks to me like event cards. So this is what's in the box. The game itself isn't too complicated. I mean, I've played it online and I've read up on it, so it seems to be pretty straightforward. So I'm going to probably take this for a spin tonight. But of course, what people also said on BGG was the base game takes place in a museum, and you basically walk around the museum and you encounter all of these places. And of course that does get repetitive after a while, just like Arkham Horror does, because you always see the same places, you always get the same encounters. I mean, it's going to take you a while to go through them, but, you know. What I didn't see was actually the people, your players. And investigator cards. Is this all in here? Now let's see. I will have to open this after all. So these are all adventure cards. Here we have the great old ones. This would be Azathoth. You all know him. And here we go. These are then your investigators. So this is Amanda Sharp. I've known her since I first played Arkham Horror. Ashcan Pete. Of course, Sister Mary, Mary, quite contrary. So they're all here, you know. But like I said, I mean, this game takes place in the museum, and it does get repetitive, or that's what people say. And of course, you would expect that. So they brought out 2 different expansions. One is also placed in the museum. You don't leave that area, you just get additional cards, which some people said was okay, but it wasn't, like, you know, like that big of a revelation. And then there was one that actually takes you to the city of Arkham, and it's called Gates of Arkham. So I just decided to, you know, since they were not that expensive, at least I was a bit, you know, I was on drugs, you know, I was sick, so I completely misinterpreted it, and I paid 77 euros altogether, including shipment, because for a second there I completely didn't go for the, oh, this is actually in pounds. So here we go again. Gates of Arkham comes in a smaller box. Again, we have stuff you can buy from our friends at FFG. I mean, here we've got the new rules. People have criticized the fact that they're now basically just putting them in here like a folded up piece of paper. You have more chits, gates, standees for the gates, more cards. And this is really where the meat is, obviously. It's all, the mechanics are the same, it's just, or actually the mechanics are supposed not to be the same, but it's all in the cards. So basically here you've got your adventure cards again. Do we get new investigators? Let's see. We get new old ones. And yes, we do get new investigators as well. So this is really brilliant. I'm basically looking forward to this. I was watching a review by somebody, and they were actually not happy about the additional rules that you can play by, or that have been introduced, you know, saying it was almost too much of a good thing. I will see this as I go along, but then again, I'm the queen of house rules, and my motto is just do it. So if I dislike, the activation of people, of leaders in, let's say, SGBOH, I will just change it to something that I prefer. So, and if I'm happy to change SGBOH rules, then of course I will be more than happy to change Fantasy Flight Games rules. So now we come to this thing, and this is a box. Again, it's a big box. It comes to me from the UK, and in this box is a game that I have been trying to get for 4 years at this stage, 3 years. It is the sister game to a game that I consider my gateway game into wargaming. And it's called The Big Shred. Okay, so here we go. Well, I bought stuff. I bought additional stuff. And somewhere in here is a game. I know it. And here we are. Here is the game. Oh, basically, this game was sent to me, or I bought this game from Board Game Extras, Andrew Wood in the UK. I can really recommend him. He actually does Dan Verson pre-orders here on this side of the pond. So if you're interested in DVG games, go to this website. It's brilliant. So I give you... I know this is nothing to do with Waterloo, but I've been trying to get this game since 2012. I was able to find a copy in the United States, but shipment would have been $50. So it wasn't meant to be. So here we are. I give you Field Commander Napoleon, the new print. I have played, my first ever war game that I played was Field Commander Alexander. And I also did videos on that game. And I just thought it was fantastic. But it's a simple game. Apparently this game here is much more complex. It's also got, definitely more chits. It's even heavier. I mean, like just weight-wise. Just look at this box. I mean, this is heavy. This is big. The whole package weighs almost 5 kilograms. And yeah, so I've now finally got my Field Commander Napoleon. I actually, when I realized I couldn't get this myself because it wasn't available in Europe at all and it was too expensive to ship, the one copy that I found, it was somewhere in the United States, I actually then gave away as when I was my Secret Santa. So basically I gave it as a Secret Santa gift to somebody else, a grognard gift. And this person was over the moon because they had expected, it was on their wish list, but it was, easily the most expensive game. But because of its expensiveness, I got the shipping in the United States for free. So when I then compared it to other things on this person's wish list, for which I would have had to pay shipping, this game came in like maybe $5 more expensive. So I gave him this gift and this person was completely over the moon. So I'm really, really happy. So he got my copy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox this game now, so I'll have to move this box, complete with cat. Ugh. And I will unbox Field Commander Alexander, if I can get the shrink wrap. Wow. So here we go. Like I said, it's a huge box. And I mean, even just look at this really beautiful image of Napoleon on his horse. I mean, just the box itself is lovely. The box is sturdy. It comes with your multicolor DVG rule set, your player log. I have no idea why anybody would want to log their plays, but it's just because I'm not very competitive. The battle mat. Now everybody will go, yeah, but didn't they say there was going to be a mounted battle mat? No, they didn't, actually. This was for people who pre-ordered on Kickstarter, I think, or on the DVG website. If you didn't, then you get this, which is fine by me. The player help sheet. Counters. We are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counter sheets that are, oopsie, easy come out counters apparently. So yeah, the counters will fall out when you look at them, which is not a bad thing. You just have to be aware of this. So now I'm gonna have to put them back in, and I'm not going to lift them up because otherwise they might actually fall down and then I might not find them again, which would be a pity because I haven't been able to scan them yet because I always scan my counters, obviously. So here we've got the counter sheets and they are really thick. So really beautiful, and they look well centered, and oh God, it smells lovely. And here we've got the mounted maps. Now this is Napoleon and the Third Coalition and Danube campaign. Ivy, geh mal zur Seite. España. Oh. This is the northeast here. We've got Riga, Bialystok, Warsaw. Oh, and by the way, the Late Night Gamer has a playthrough of one of these campaigns, and it's beautiful. You just have to go and watch that video. It's just, that series of videos. It's fantastic. I downloaded it, and I actually watched it on my big screen, so not on my laptop, but I downloaded it and watched it on TV. The Late Night Gamer makes great videos. Just go and check out his channel. Here we've got Egypt. Am I lying? Oh no, it is. Well, yeah, kind of. Alexandria, El Arish, Bitter Lake. France. From Auxerre up to Lille, Brussels. And what have we got here? Italy. Genoa, Nizza. Well, okay, Nizza's in France. Torino, Milano, Mantua, Lonato. And last but not least, Germany. Here we have Berlin, Dresden, Vienna, Prague. Well, that's not Germany, that's today's Czech Republic. Pilsen, Breslau, again Warsaw, Magdeburg, Hamburg. So 7 maps in all. And last but by no means least, my dear friend, the D10. So as you can imagine, I am totally and utterly over the moon. I can't tell you how long I've been, seriously, I've been waiting so long for this game. I'm really looking forward to playing this. I will probably play 1 game this weekend. I have a couple of things. I mean, I have set up Napoleon against Europe, and I'm ready to go there, but I will start with this. I also have to give Zombicide another spin because I'm playing it with my gaming group on Wednesday, and I really need to play 1 more round to really understand the rules and be comfortable when I explain them. So yeah, that's me for today. Great games. I'm really looking forward to this, and yeah, enjoy the rest of this summer evening.